Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about what happened to the $5 footlong. So if you're like me, when you think of Subway you think of a $5 footlong. However, they haven't sold those for a long time. And I know most of you probably don't know that because no one really shops at Subway, but nowadays Subway sandwiches cost more like $8 or $9. So I decided to look into the history of the $5 footlong. So the $5 footlong was created at Subway in 2008. And it was an instant success. It was cheap, it was a lot of food, and they could even tell you that it's healthy. However, even though Subway says that it's a healthy place to eat, in 2014 they were busted for having rubber in their bread. And it definitely sounds unhealthy, but in my opinion the bread tasted a lot better back when it had rubber in it, so I kinda wish they would bring it back. But back to the point. The sales doubled in a lot of stores, and within a year they had sold $3.8 billion worth of $5 footlongs. So that's enough sandwiches to go across the earth. Now I'm not positive because I didn't do any research on that one, but it does sound right to me. However, after years of success, they took away the $5 footlong in 2012, and pretty much instantly the company's revenue went down. So they reached a peak of $12.7 billion and have been constantly going down since then. So that leads us to the next question. Why would they get rid of their most popular sandwich? And the answer was pretty simple actually. It's that it didn't make any money. So to start it off, one thing you have to know about Subway is that most of their stores are franchises, and that it's relatively cheap to own a franchise. So as you can see on this chart, Subway is the cheapest franchise to own, with the only thing similar to it being Domino's, and then the only thing being less than it is Chick-fil-A, although Chick-fil-A doesn't really count, but that's a topic for another video. However, even though it's cheap to start up a Subway, the company takes a lot of your money. They take 12.5% of sales, and that's of gross sales. And as I'm sure many of you don't know, the average amount that a company would take from a franchise is about 5%. So this 12.5% is well over double the average. And essentially the company of Subway doesn't care what your expenses are. They just take the money right off the top. So since Subway takes so much money from the franchisees, they need a lot of profit in everything they sell. So when the franchisees were told they couldn't increase the price of a sandwich, they got very upset. And this led to Subway eliminating the program. So you may think that the owners are just being greedy. However, they do have a point. If you look at this chart here, in 2017, for a Subway store to sell a footlong turkey sandwich, they only make 15 cents, which is almost nothing. And then even worse, if it's a footlong roast beef sandwich, they lose almost $1. So if I owned a franchise, I wouldn't want to sell it either. And even though it didn't make any money, Subway kept on trying to bring it back. Subway brought it back in 2007 and in 2020. However, both times the owners ended up shutting it down right away due to the low profits. However, recently Subway came up with a new deal. It's a $5 6-inch sandwich. So it's not quite the same, and it doesn't have the cool song of a $5 footlong. And Subway has been having a lot of difficulties the past 10 years, and not just with the loss of the $5 footlong. In 2013, there was a lawsuit against Subway, and it turned out that their footlong sandwiches were only about 11 inches long, and the company ended up settling the lawsuit and losing over $500,000. Then 2 years later, in 2015, the former Subway spokesman, Jared Fogle, got arrested, so that hurts their image even more. And then in recent years, there's been a lot of increased competition from Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, and other sandwich shops, so it's just been a really bad time for Subway. So what happened to the $5 footlong? Quite simply, it didn't make them any money, so they took it away. Then Subway lost customers, so they brought the $5 footlong back. Then the franchise owners got upset because they were losing money, so they took the $5 footlong away again. And a big reason why Subway kept on trying to bring back the $5 footlong is because they really don't care about the profits of the stores. What Subway cares about is that they get their 12.5% from the franchisees. So Subway will continue to try and push the $5 footlong out there, but then the franchisees will quickly bash it down. And then finally, for the joke of the day, why do they call the cooks at Subway sandwich artists? Because even art majors need to work somewhere. That's a good one. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel for more daily financial videos. If you liked the video, leave a like, and if you have any comments or ideas for future videos, leave it in the comment section below. Thanks.